Hello, race fans, and welcome to another Race Face Drive in 5 podcast here on raceface.tv. Jacob Seelman in the host's chair with Colton Kelly on the screen to my left back with us. It's been just a little bit since we've been able to get everybody updated on what Colton's up to. You actually had a very, very busy month of June, which is a good thing. You got to race the Pro Truck 3 times at Mobile International Speedway, and all 3 races ended in the top 10. Probably the most exciting race was the first one of the month. I know that was a little while back, but to start on the pole in that race and then end up second to a veteran like Stephen Davis, take me back to that race and kind of what it meant for you, for the team, for your confidence, because I know that was just your third ever race in these trucks, but it didn't look like it on the racetrack. I mean, you really were able to find some good speed that night.
It definitely set the bar for the next couple races, and it probably took that too much to my head with the fifth and the ninth. It was a great race, lots of good racing, lots of great battles during that race. I'd love to go rewatch that 1,000 times. But yeah, it was a great race. Definitely set the bar higher than my expectations than normal. But yeah, great race.
What was that like mentally? Because I know that was also a race where you guys had a couple of red flags. I know you've never had a race long enough really to be red flagged where you had an opportunity to get out of the truck, interact with the fans. Was that how different a feeling was that? I know obviously getting to really interact and have that time with the fans was cool, but it had to be a little bit weird too, just because you get in that rhythm, you get ready to race, you start racing, and then all of a sudden you throw the emergency brake.
It sounds like that, but I was actually used to it. Before this season, when I started racing trucks, I used to run a thing called quarter midgets. And there's the biggest, the fastest class. It's called Mod World Formula. And what happens at the big national races, I used to go across the country running them. At every 100 laps, you have to get out and you have to fill up with gas. So I was already kind of used to getting out of cars with underneath red flags, which is really good, and I kind of expected it. And a lot of guys, like from the people in the stands, they just came up to me and they're like, "How old are you?" and all asking all these great questions. And I wish I had hats. I'd throw them out there in the stands. Um, it was a great experience. I loved it. I think I made a lot of new fans. A lot of people showed up and came up to the fence. A lot of little kids were a little nervous because they're meeting
Hmm.
a race car driver and
Yep.
they'd never talked to a race car driver before. But since I was younger, I could communicate with them because I was more their age, and they felt comfortable around me.
Sure.
But still, there was a barrier in between us, which was the fence and the wall. It was a great experience and felt really good because I had a nice cold bottle of water because it was a really
For sure.
long
I was
race.
going to say that was a really,
Yeah.
really warm night at Mobile for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a warm
Thank,
summer
yeah.
down that direction.
Thankfully, I had a chill out system. It goes down to 40 degrees. I talk about it all the time. It's world's greatest invention for racing, but it was a great experience with the fans. It was, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I think I had at one point 30 people surrounding me from outside of the fence.
Mini mob scene.
Yes, it was a big mob for sure.
Well, and you mentioned, them coming up and asking how old you are. You had to change that answer here right at the beginning of June, because since the last time that we talked, you actually celebrated a birthday, turned 14. So happy belated birthday for
Thank
those
you.
who are watching this podcast. But I, what has the learning curve been like? I mean, it's remarkable to think that at the end of June, you've got 5 pro truck races under your belt, but I I just get the impression from some of the races I've watched with you recently that you've kind of been it's almost like drinking from a fire hose, and it isn't it, with the amount of information that you're trying to gain and process in such a short period of time, and you've made it look so easy.
It's really hard to digest, and I do forget a lot. But at the end of the day, knowledge is the only thing that'll get you pretty far in racing. So you got to take as much and absorb as much as you possibly can to get there.
Have you been able to talk to any veterans, maybe at the racetrack that you've raced against, or veterans in the division, maybe that have been able to give you any advice here through this process?
Yes and no. I talked to Stephen Davis and Jason Welch a lot. I always congratulate them. I always say good luck, and they always have like a little bit of advice before me every race. They're really, really good people. I'm glad I'm racing against them. I don't have any enemies out there on the track, which I don't
That's important.
anticipate on at any point in time in my career. I've never been a dirty driver, and I'll continue to be like that. But having really good relationships with the veterans is definitely important because they'll throw little bits and bit pieces out there in front of you, and you just gotta remember what they say is a big
And know
part.
what to look for, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Well, and you mentioned Steven, who's the one that ultimately passed you for the win in that race that you finished second. And I'm sure you were able to learn a lot once he got past you just by following him there in the closing laps.
I hung out with him for about 15 laps. He's very consistent. He has a really fast truck, and I was trying to learn his line where he was letting off, where he was picking up the gas at. Every little micro detail, like how far he was up the track, anything I could learn, I tried. And his truck's very fine tuned to him, and he's just really, really fast. And I'm a rookie. It's part of
Sure.
it. But at the end of the day, I was probably my best race because I learned so much from him.
I know as we look ahead to July and we're kind of midway through the month now, you've got a couple weeks here before your next race at Mobile at the beginning of August, but you're staying busy. I know you're actually here for about a week getting to spend a lot of time working in the shop of a very long time team owner in this southeastern part of the country, in Kurt Britt, who is a name that we've talked about in the race face circles a lot, somebody who mentored former race face driver in Grant Thompson, is now able to kind of work with you a little bit and give you some advice. What are you most looking forward to about being able to work in the shop with Kurt? Pick his brain, kind of this whole process.
Ask as many questions as I can and learn as much stuff as I can in a short period of time. He has been, like you said, he's been around the business for longer than I've probably been alive, double that. He's a really, really nice guy. He's been really nice to us. He originally sold the truck to our family. So he knows what my truck's tendencies are. He knows all about my truck, which is a good thing. And he's a big legend guru, bandolero guru, late model, you name it, he's a guru at it. He's very smart, very intelligent, and he's a really, really nice guy. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad he invited me. I don't even care if I get paid. I mean, the amount of knowledge I'm gonna learn is
That's
way
payment in
more than money.
itself.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. Way more
Absolutely.
than money.
Has he told you, do you know what all you're doing in the shop, or is it just kind of a little bit of everything yet?
It's a throw up. I have no clue why I'm here.
Well, you'll find out real quick. You're there to learn is what you're there to do. That's why you're there.
Absolutely.
I know, Colton, it takes a lot to go into this. And, I think it says a lot that even when you're not on the racetrack here for these couple weeks, that you're invested in putting yourself around good people and making sure that you're still in situations to learn and make yourself better. I also know that comes with a lot of family and partner support. Who do you need to thank for these opportunities that you have to get better both on and off the racetrack?
Tyler Dickinson with Pave America, Southern Protection Agency, um, Southern Drywall, Fortress Walls, JJC Electrical, brand new sponsor. Glad to have them on board. I've known them for a long time. His kid and I used to race quarter midgets with each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah, glad to have them on board. They're sponsoring our truck now. It's not a lot, but it should be more in the future.
I was going to say it keeps building. I know that list started even smaller than that this year, and it's just built through the year. And that's exactly what you hope to see for a driver as they work their way into the division, Colton. And I got to ask real quick, what is that design on your shirt? I can't quite
Oh,
tell what.
that's just Under Armour.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like
It
Under Armour a lot.
I was gonna say just the tree design, kind of the splash tree design on top of it. I couldn't quite tell what it was. I wasn't sure if there was a design underneath there or anything.
No, it just kind of matches the Pave Americans.
I was gonna say channeling your summer. It's not quite palm trees, but it kind of gives me a little bit of that vibe.
Okay, vacation style.
Hey, absolutely. I think that's where you were the last time we did one of these. I was a little jealous then.
I think I was out fishing somewhere, wasn't it?
I was going to say you were on a fishing trip for that one.
Yeah.
So, all right, Colton. Well, soak up as much knowledge as you can from Kurt this week. Appreciate you taking a few minutes out of the schedule to jump on here and do this. And if we don't have a race to talk about before August 2nd, we know that's when your next Pro Truck race is going to be, and we'll be back on here in a couple of weeks to preview it before you get going.
Thank y'all.
That's Colton Kelly. This is Jacob Seelman. This has been another Race Face Driving 5 here on raceface.tv. Keep it tuned every day for all the latest in the world of motorsports, and we'll see you next time.